What is cracking, YouTube? I am back, baby. This is my brand new channel. I've already made about 14 episodes on my other channel. Somebody was like, why don't you make a separate channel for your Padres content? I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna do it. So this is my brand new channel. I don't have any followers. So please subscribe to this channel so you can get updates on my Padres content. I'm gonna continue to make episodes responding to the games and Padres overall, and I'm sticking with this. I believe in the Padres. I think we're gonna make it to October. I think we're gonna make it to the playoffs. I think we're gonna make the wild card. So you heard it here first. I'm saying it right now. Today, July 22nd. You heard it here first. Okay, I have the faith. I'm a Friar faithful. What does that mean? All right, so let's get an update. What's been going on? Well, I haven't made a video for a few days. The Phillies series ended. As you know, we lost that series 1-3. And then the Toronto Blue Jays series passed. We actually won that series, so that was pretty sweet. We won 2 out of 3, so that was a victory. Would have been nice if we would have won all 3. We need to win all 3, but didn't happen. So let's go over this Blue Jays series. Since I didn't do it the day after, I'm not gonna go over the details. Just gonna go over the scores. So we won the first 2. First game we won 9-1, which usually happens. You know how the Padres have been doing it this year. They'll score like 10 runs one day, then they'll score 2 the next. And that's exactly what happened. We scored 9 runs on the 18th, the first game against the Blue Jays. 9-1. The second game, we actually won that game 2-0. Again, a low scoring game, but because of our pitching, we were able to win that game. All right, so the first game, Musgrove was on the mound. He dominated that game, almost a shutout, 9-1. The next day was Darvish was on the mound, and he actually pitched a shutout. So the score was 2-0. Darvish didn't allow any runs. The relief pitchers did the same thing. So Darvish pitched 6 innings. So that first game against the Blue Jays, Musgrove was on the mound. He did an amazing job, like I mentioned. He pitched 109 pitches that game. I think that might be the most pitches he's thrown this season. I don't remember, but I want to say that's the most he's thrown. He pitched 6 innings, which was also a good amount of innings. He usually doesn't go that far, maybe 5 innings, but he's been going a little deeper into the game. So that's really what we need. You know, we really need our starting pitchers to pitch at least 6 innings, at least 100 pitches. And so Musgrove was able to do that, and that was awesome. We brought in Jacob, who's a young guy. I think we brought him up from AA, not AAA, but AA. He came up. He's a young guy. If you see him on the mound, he looks like a kid. He did a great job. I think he struck out 4 batters, so that was pretty awesome. I can't remember if that was his debut game, but if not, it was one of his first games. Yeah, I think it might have been his debut. Then we had the second game, which Darvish pitched, and Darvish also did very well. He also pitched 6 innings, which was pretty awesome. I believe he pitched an even 100 pitches. He threw 64 strikes out of that 100 pitches, and he struck out 7 batters. Wilson came in after that, and then Nick Martinez came in, and then Hader closed that game. So that was a pretty awesome game. That was a great save by Hader. Okay, so that in that game, Machado singles, and he brings in 2 runs, and that was it for the game, just 2-0. But again, because of the pitching, they were able to win that game. That usually doesn't happen in low-scoring games. The Padres tend to lose. But because of the pitching, again, they were able to save that game. And, of course, Hader was the big winner there. So that was the second game. I mean, the bats were pretty quiet in that second game. We were able to pull that one off. And then the last game, Padres lost 4-0. Bats were silenced. We were not able to score any runs, which amazes me that we were not able to score not even 1 run. Got people on base, but couldn't bring them in. I didn't see this. I don't think I watched this game, but you know, I saw the score 4-0, kind of figured it out. But we did win the series, so that's good, right? Two out of three, so that's good news. Moving on to the Tigers. Started off strong yesterday, 5-4. It was a great game. We got some new players on the field too, but the big story was Juan Soto blasting 2 home runs. Everybody was making a big deal about it. I think one of them went for like 463 feet. I mean, it was a blast. The guy on the mound for the Tigers, he looked like a kid, man. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy. I feel bad for this guy. But yeah, Soto hit one for 463, and then he had another one for 447. So that brought in a few runs, of course. And then Cronenworth, he hit a 2-run triple. So Cronenworth coming out strong, which I love to see. Crony, you know, I like to see Grish, Cronenworth, you know, these guys hit the ball and get some RBIs, because, you know, you have the big names, the big four, but you really have to have those other 4 folks. You also have to have the other players as well, be able to get some runs. So that was pretty awesome. And then, of course, Hader again saved the game, and I was super stressed out again in that situation. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? You know, the Tigers are going to win this game. We're only winning by 1. We usually don't win games when we only have a 1-run lead. But Hader, he did a job, and that's twice in the last week, I would say, that Hader has just come through clutch. And Hader has really won the game for us, because, you know, we're winning in the 9th inning, but that's when the Padres usually lose. But Hader was able to do his job and do a wonderful job in making sure that we won that game. So that was freaking awesome. What's going to happen today? It's hard to say, my friends. It's hard to say, because these Padres, they're very inconsistent. They're very up and down. So one day they might win, the next they might lose. Honestly, I think it comes more down to the opposing team's pitchers. Like, who do they have on the mound? And have they figured out the batters, the Padres batters? And if they figured them out, they know what pitches to throw and keep these guys from hitting the ball. Because I don't just blame it on the batters, you know. I don't just blame it on Machado, Tatis, Soto, Xander. Like, yeah, they're gonna have their days, but also we got to give some credit to these pitchers from the other teams. They're the ones that are throwing the ball. They know where to put the ball at so that these guys don't hit it. So, you know, based on this first game, they figured it out. Today, does that mean that they throw different pitches? You know, it depends on who they have on the mound too. Do they have enough control over the ball to be able to put it where they need to? And if they don't, Soto's going to connect. Machado's going to connect. Xander's going to connect. Tatis is going to connect. So if you watch the games, you see the way Tatis swings, what pitches he swings at. Same thing with Machado. So if we can see that, these pitchers can see that. And so they study these games and they know where to put the ball in order to get strikeouts. So, if they don't get no runs, you know why, right? It's because of the pitchers. And so we'll see who's on the mound today. If the Tigers don't have some good pitchers today, guarantee you Padres are going to dominate. So, they dominated yesterday. 5 is not their usual high scores. Like usually they get 9 or 10 or something crazy like that. So 5 is in the middle. Usually it's either 2, it's feast or famine. It's either 2 or 10. Yesterday it was 5. So maybe Padres figured it out. They can do 5 yesterday and 5 today. Hey, I'm happy with that. Or 6. I'll be happy with that. So let's see what happens. Please help me grow this new channel. Please share, please like, please comment, even if it's just a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave any advice you have for me, suggestions on what I should do. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.